Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the Ukrainians finally announced it. It being the new counteroffensive, the spring counteroffensive. So, Mr. Skibitsky came out, the Ukrainian intel officer. He came out and said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start a counteroffensive, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Okay, well, I have here an article from the New Voice of Ukraine from today, the 26th of February 2023, and let's see what this guy is talking about. So as I said, New Voice of Ukraine, February 26, 2023, Ukrainian intel officer reveals plans to liberate Crimea. Okay, the exact timing of the offensive will depend on several factors, including the supply of Western weapons, he said. And I might add, if you're still a country by that time, but you will be. Skibitsky emphasized that the goal of the counteroffensive is to liberate all occupied territories of Ukraine, including Crimea. And I'm quoting, "We will stop only when we restore the country to its 1991 borders," he announced. So Skibitsky also noted that according to information available, Russia currently has not received any weapons or ammunition from China. And I'm quoting, Russia, has long been negotiating arms supplies with many countries, China, Iran, North Korea, or former Soviet republics. How about the moon? Mars, Jupiter, Saturn? No? You did not negotiate with those ones? You don't have the intel for that one? All right, well, according to Skibitsky, there are currently about 370,000 Russian ground troops in Ukraine. In total, almost 520,000 Russian troops are now involved in the war against Ukraine, he concluded. I understand how, because by your standards, these guys are dying like flies, or at least by your reporting. But anyway, I'm quoting, they are deployed either in Ukraine or near the border with Ukraine, either in Belarus or in the far west of Russia. You reported that in Belarus there are 10,000 of them. So that's an insignificant number of Russian troops that can't do shit. So if you talk about these guys here and you say, oh, either in Belarus or in the far west of Russia, this guy, I'm going to tell you why. This guy is either stupid, just purposely trying to deceive us, both, however you want to put it. So he said that these 520 troops are now involved in the war against Ukraine. He concluded they are deployed, these ones right here that he's talking about, if this is related to this one. They, otherwise who's they, are deployed either in Ukraine or near the border with Ukraine. And then says either in Belarus or in the far west of Russia. All right, well, good. So the 10,000 are in Belarus, and the rest of what? 510,000 Russian troops are right there in the far west of Russia or in Ukraine. Earlier, Ukraine's military intelligence chief, Kirilo Budanov, said that decisive battles would take place in Ukraine from the middle to late spring, serving as a turning point in the war. Okay, so guys, get your supplies and get your bunkers ready, or your basements, because if that is to happen and it's going to be a turning point, then expect some things to come over Red Rover. Deputy Chief of the Main Operational Directorate of the General Staff, Oleksiy Hromov, noted that Russia's strategic goal is to seize key locations in Donetsk Oblast in the near future and to capture Donetsk and Luhansk Oblast by summer. According to the Washington Post, U.S. officials, including those from President Joe Biden's administration, believe that a turning point in the full-scale war will occur this spring. On February 14th, the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stressed that the Ukraine's partners would help it advance during the counteroffensive in the spring. All right, now the thing is this. I will start with this. I don't know this guy, Oleksiy Hromov. He's in Ukraine. I know Skibitsky, he's a weasel. I know Budanov, the chief, how do you call it, spy, 38 or 36 years old guy. Okay, and I have Washington Post. I know these guys, they're telling us the truth a lot. I know these guys are telling us the truth a lot. I know definitely this guy is telling us the truth. His administration tells us the truth. Then I have this weasel right here who's definitely telling us the truth. So everything from here down, let's put it maybe from here down, that's bullshit. Don't for me at least. Now, unfortunately, Lloyd Austin is in our team, and he was in the board of directors of Raytheon. Raytheon is the big manufacturing arms manufacturing company that supports certain kind of things. And he says Ukraine's partners would help in it advance. You've been doing this from the very beginning, so no news here. Okay. Now regarding this, Washington Post, yeah, okay, U.S. officials, okay, President Joe Biden's believe a turning point. Well, I don't know. We'll find out if they allow us to stay around by then. Will they be able? I mean, they can try. I don't think they will be able, and I tell you why. My assessment is that Russia did not employ, but maybe not even, I would say, between 5 and 7% of its manpower. I don't think it's running out of ammunition. And if it runs out of ammunition, it's going to fight with nuclear weapons. I don't think that Russia, I'm 99% certain, 99, that Putin will not say, we lost. We're not going to use the nuclear weapons. You're at our border and we want peace. We want to sign. We lost. We tried. We were not able because you guys were stronger than us, and because the forces of good are always helped by God. Then we lost and we are ready to sign whatever you want. Yes, I will sign my abdication, including with about 3,000 other weasels that I appointed, and we are the evil Russians. Then I will go somewhere in the sunset together with 80% of my Russian supporters, because my approval rating is 80% among Russians. So I will take 80% of 145 million. I include the children and all that as well. You know what I mean? And so that means I will get about what? 110 million people with me, and we're going to just disappear. Russia, whatever remained over there, you're going to control its resources because you're the good people and you need it, like the Germans needed it before the Second World War, the Lebensraum, they needed it, the living space. So they need access to Caucasus and all those resources. Now you need it to Siberia. So yes, you will do it because you're the good country and you need it. We don't need it because we're just, we live in the woods, we're knuckle dragging individuals, semi-human, and so on. Okay, I got that. Then what are we going to do? The remaining people will be all yours, but they will have to pay reparations. But you know how the people are going to pay reparation? We're going to pay it by allowing you to suck our resources dry for free. Hey, like you're doing it in Syria right now. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Northeast Syria, when Syria has its main resources, 90% of them, hey, that's about 1,000 US military troops over there supervising the extraction of that oil, but not for the Syrian people, for other people. And then you think, hey, what are the US troops doing in this sovereign independent country of Syria? Never mind, we're good. We can do whatever we want for the good because God is on our side. All right, so then what else Putin? Putin will say, well, maybe I'm not going to go disappear in the sunset because you have to do some Nuremberg trial styles on us. So I got to stick around so you can, me and Lavrov and all these war criminals that you're going to determine. What else? You're going to disintegrate our army, obviously. You're going to put your weasels in charge that's going to be like Yeltsin. You can them whenever you want, how many times you want, whatever positions in whatever holes and unnecessary holes. Okay, what else? What else did I miss? Hey, by the way, China, you're next. So this is what Russia will do, and you guys are gonna write our history books. Are you gonna rewrite our constitution as you helped the Germans do after 1945 and the Japanese constitution after you did 1945? But hey, you missed a few things over there, like the right to bear arms and own them. Somehow you didn't model it by your fantastic constitution somehow, or the freedom of speech and other things, protected by the constitution. Somehow it slipped your mind. So anyway, this is what we're gonna do. If you think that Putin will do that, then I don't know. I don't know how you fucking drive a car then. But since you're here in my video this late, I guarantee you, you're not thinking that way, because that's a toddler thinking. If toddlers think. Anyway, however, they figure things out at their little level. So this is it, my friends. They will conduct a counteroffensive, and we guarantee you that the Ukrainians just want their territory back to 1991. But why don't they go to 1917? Let's go to the territory Ukraine had in 1917, where Ukraine was in 1917. Oh, there was no Ukraine in 1917. How about 1900? No Ukraine? Oh shit. 1800? No. 17? No. 16? Okay, let me know when you find a country, all right, or a kingdom as Ukraine, Ukraine and all that. Let me know. Don't give me the Kiev thing, because it was by other people ran. So anyway, with all this, you can go to 1991. Why don't you go to let's say 39? Because if you go by 1939, you wouldn't have, a lot of territories from other countries, like Crimea, given to you by Khrushchev in 1954. From whom? And you want Crimea? Why? Why do you claim it's yours? Because that dictator gave it to you, took it from some and gave it to you? Was that fair? No, but somehow you want it. Okay, how about Moldova, the Basarabia, Romanian side? Why would you have that one? That little side over there, the bottom, why do you have Bukovina, the northern part of your Romania? All that was taken by Stalin, another dictator of Soviet Union, gave it to you. Why? So why don't you give that back? Oh no. So, and then why don't you give Transcarpathia, let's say, to Hungary? Why don't you give the western territories or western part of your country to Poland, which is waiting, really waiting. So, there's a lot of things to give back and take back. So if you want to take back all those things, you might want to give back certain things that somehow history tells us is not kosher. You know what I mean? But hey, we are the good, so whatever we say is true and is a name of good. No more questions. All right? Now is Russia's turn. Next one is going to be China's, maybe North Korea, but these guys, if they don't use nuclear weapons, then they will end up like Russia. And then you have Iran. And then you have Serbia, which Serbia, I think, will learn the lesson and shut up, okay, and sign that thing. Kosovo, you are a country, you're great. Yes, we just cut our balls off as well. So, and then we're going to have Pax Americana. We're going to have peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and you're going to have Klaus Schwab telling us you're going to own nothing, but you're going to be happy. Great. And you're going to have wind blowing and all this renewable energy that will have us have everything we get. And we're going to be prosperous. Democracy will flourish more than ever. And now go to bed. I told you a little story, bedtime. Let me tuck you in. And now I'm going to get my AK-47 and defend you from the whomever, maybe the Martians are about to invade us. That's why we have to provide more weapons, more contracts to this manufacturing companies, weapons manufacturing companies, because the Martians, the aliens might stop attack us, or might be some evil forces in our society. How about that? And I have to protect you. And the intelligence community, will tell us exactly who those are. Oh, it's my turn now? Okay, I'm going. Take care, my kid. That's a fucking utopic little shit here. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.